Hello, I'm Professor Wynn, author of the English Language TestPrep.com blog. Thank you for being with me today for this special presentation of five questions that you should answer before you start your TOEFL, TOEIC, or IELTS preparation. Or if you've already started your preparation, you can also answer these 5 questions as well to make sure you're on the right path so that you can achieve the target score that you're looking for. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So first, right from the start, you need to understand how good is my English? I mean, really, that is the heart of the matter, right? Of course, if you're taking the TOEIC, TOEFL, or IELTS exam, it's a fluency test. And you need to know your level of English before you start your preparation. And that's going to help you to be able to determine really how long you need to prepare, what skills you need to prepare to help you to achieve your target score on the big test day. So if you could help have an IELTS or TOEFL or TOEIC instructor or probably a regular English instructor, maybe to help you to understand exactly what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses in English. And if you do have a TOEIC, TOEFL, or IELTS instructor to help you, then he or she can be able to determine where your level of English now, or your level of English is now, compared to where it needs to be in order to achieve the target score that you're looking for. Question number 2. Well, what is the score that I need? It's important to know your score because whether you're applying for a university to study, to earn a scholarship, or to perhaps immigrate to another country and start a new life, which is very exciting, you need to know the score that you need. This is also another element that's going to help you to determine, which we're going to talk about a little later, your study plan so that you're doing the right things that you need to do to be able to get the score that you're looking for. Also, this helps you to fix a goal. And goal setting is very important. And of course, goal accomplishing is very important during your test preparation. You need to have a beginning and you need to have an end point so that your focus dedicated, and that you also are going to be able to have the discipline that you need to be able to get the score that you're looking for. So certainly you want to start off with as well as knowing your score. Knowing your score. The number 3 question, and wow, I think this is really important, especially when I'm talking with my own students and helping them prepare for the exam. The teacher needs to know, and certainly the student needs to know, what is my test date? As I was just talking about, you need a beginning point, which is your level of English, and your end point, which is going to be the test date. And in my experience, over 12 years of preparing students for success on the TOEFL, TOEIC, or IELTS exam, one of the things that never fails to focus students is to have a test date. So if I start preparing a student for success on one of these tests, I always make sure that they have a test date booked. We need to know the test date. So you would have that endpoint. And this, as I said, this is also going to give you a goal to obtain, right? If you know you need to do a certain amount of things in a certain amount of time or before a certain time, then that's going to also help you with your studies as well. This is all about, these 5 questions are all about helping you to focus, have dedication, and the discipline that you need to get the score that you're looking for. My test philosophy has always been the same. Take the test once and move on with your life. Don't worry about the test. Take the test once and move on. if you're going to study abroad, or if you're going to earn a scholarship, or you're going to live in a new country. So many exciting dreams, as you know, are going to be unlocked when you reach your target score. And if you answer these 5 questions, it's going to help you to get onto a good start. Or, as I said, if you're already in the middle or already doing your test preparation, you can still answer these questions and make sure you're on track. All right. If you are studying for the IELTS, TOEFL, or TOEIC exam, and you are looking for that high score that you seek and deserve, then I suggest you start off with one of my blog emails or email blogs for one of the tests. I have an email blog set up for TOEFL, TOEIC, the 2 TOEIC tests, and the 2 IELTS exams. You can go to bit.ly/5 email blogs to get started. Go to the page, click on the test that you're taking for, and sign up and start receiving resources and tips that are going to help you strengthen both your English and exam skills so you're ready for the big test day. Let's continue on with our questions with question number 4, and that is, what is my study plan? Again, if you had an assessment with a TOEFL, TOEIC, or IELTS exam teacher, they can help you with your study plan. Not only the number of days, but actually the content of your study plan and the rhythm of your plan. I suggest 6 days a week and 1 day off. As I tell my students, remember, when you're studying for these exams, you are in a marathon. And I mean, a marathon runner doesn't wake up on a Saturday morning and say, "Hey, I'm going to run the 5K." It takes weeks of preparation. Same thing for the exam. And as you know, the exam is a long process on that day of the test. So you need to be ready. And that means every day before the exam, except the night, of course, the night before the exam, but every day before the exam, you need to be doing something that's going to help you to improve your score on the exam. And with a study plan, preferably created with a teacher that's going to help you to get that score that you're looking for, you're going to have the plan in place that's going to help you to follow. Sometimes when you may be down and not so excited about the exam, you maybe have periods of frustration, which is only normal and natural. You'll always have your study plan, and you'll have that guide to help you get through the rough parts. And that's another reason to have a teacher to help you, who can help you stay on your path to until you reach your goal that you're looking for. As Ben Franklin said, if you are failing to plan, then you're planning to fail. So make sure you have a study plan in place when you're preparing for the TOEFL, TOEIC, or IELTS exam. As I said, this is over 12 years of experience preparing students for success on these tests. And you now have the benefit of these 5 questions to ask yourself before you take the exam, or before you start your preparation, or during your preparation, as I said earlier. And finally, question number 5, am I ready to sacrifice my time? As I was alluding to, as I said earlier, preparing for the IELTS, TOEFL, or TOEIC exam and reaching your target score, it's a marathon. And it takes weeks of preparation and different studies and exercises to help you to be ready on the big exam day. And you need to take a look at your personal life, professional life, and see where you're going to be able to fit in time to have the preparation. You're not going to be able to do weekend study and try to do well on these exams, especially if it's your first time. And if you're preparing by yourself, which I hope you're not, But if you're preparing for yourself, it's even more important to be able to find that time that you need to study. If you've already gone through college or university, you already know you've got to find time to study, dedicate yourself, discipline yourself, and be able to get that score that you're looking for. But only for this short time in your test preparation. Afterwards, you can have a sigh of relief and you know that you've got the score that you need and that you can get on with your life. And you don't have to worry about the TOEFL, TOEIC, or IELTS exam ever again. Now, isn't that a great feeling? So just for this special time that you're studying for the exam, review your personal, professional time and see where you can have more time created so you can devote it to studying for the test. And one more thing before we go. How is or how strong is my vocabulary? Now, if there's one thing that you can do right now, starting today, right now, that's going to improve your score, it's going to be to strengthen your vocabulary skills. If you think about it, you need a strong vocabulary on all parts of the exam: speaking, writing, listening, and reading. You need a strong vocabulary. Even if you think your vocabulary is strong right now, it can probably be stronger. And when you're on test day, you never know what words you're going to need. And so when you know that you're going to take one of these standardized English tests, TOEFL, TOEIC, or IELTS, you need to start immediately building your vocabulary. Unfortunately, vocabulary takes a long time to build up. And if you haven't been building your vocabulary all along the way that you've been studying English, you know, that's why another reason it's good to start early preparing for the exam, because you're going to have time to build up your word power. And you're going to see a big difference on test day when you have that stronger vocabulary. So ask these 5 questions plus, how strong is my vocabulary? And if you need to start building your word power, start today and you're going to see a great difference on the big exam day. I promise. Well, that's our presentation today of the 5 questions you need to ask before you start your IELTS, TOEFL, or TOEIC preparation, or if you're in the middle of your preparation, and answer these 5 questions and see if you're on the right track. Again, if you're studying for the IELTS, TOEFL, or TOEIC exam, go and sign up for one of my blogs at bit.ly/5 email blogs to get started with tips and resources that are going to help you to build your English and exam skills for success on the big exam day. I'm Professor Wynn, author of the English Language TestPrep.com blog. Thank you for being with me today, and good luck on the TOEFL, TOEIC, or IELTS exam.